Raina Blake sat cross-legged on the frayed carpet of her bedroom, the letter trembling in her hands. "We regret to inform you." Those 5 words clanged in her ears like a death bell. Oxford, the dream, the plan, the escape, gone. Her mother stood in the doorway, arms crossed, face unreadable. "I told you not to get your hopes up," she said. "This family wasn't built for dreams." But Raina had dared to believe, just once, that she could break the cycle of small-town invisibility. Now the rejection weighed heavier than the envelope itself. What hurt more was knowing she had no plan B. Grafton was the kind of town where ambition was treated like betrayal. Everyone knew everyone, and no one left. Raina's father had left when she was 5, promising to return with money and stories. He never did. She worked at Grafton Deli and Fuel, wiping down counters, her Oxford rejection buried in her apron pocket like a failed prophecy. One night, while shelving cans, she saw him. Not her father, but Alec Rivers. The boy who'd gone silent after graduation. Rumors said he left to chase music in Austin. Others said rehab. He bought black coffee, no sugar. His eyes lingered too long on her name tag. "You still writing poetry?" he asked. She hadn't told anyone she wrote. Her stomach flipped. Alex started coming in every night at 9:03. Sometimes he brought his guitar, sometimes he brought silence. But one night he brought a challenge. "I'll play you a song if you read me one of your poems." Raina laughed. "No one reads them." "I will." The exchange became ritual. Her words, his chords, they created songs. Messy, haunting, full of longing. They never called it a partnership, but it felt like one. Then one evening, Alex said, "There's a spoken word contest in Nashville. You should enter. I'll drive." She looked away. "What if they laugh at me?" He smiled. "Then laugh louder, right after you blow them away." Raina stood behind the mic, palms sweating, heart-threatening mutiny. The crowd buzzed, the spotlight burned. She opened her mouth and froze. A beat, then another. But Alex's soft nod from the front row anchored her. So she spoke. And when she was done, the silence before the applause felt like reverence. A scout from a small publishing house approached her after. "You ever think about publishing your story?" Her eyes widened. "I don't think I have one yet." The woman smiled. "Then write it." Raina began compiling her poems into a manuscript. She wrote late into the night, typing on an old laptop Alec had given her with a sticky note on it. "Your voice is your rebellion." Her book, A Quiet Thunder, launched quietly. No fanfare. But one day, a tweet from a popular book reviewer changed everything. Sales spiked. Invitations came. She was interviewed on podcasts, even featured in The Atlantic. Grafton whispered. Her mother stayed silent, until a note arrived on the porch. "Your father wants to meet." Raina met him in a diner 2 towns over, older, gaunt. Regret in his eyes like a permanent watermark. "I watched your reading online," he said. "I don't deserve to say I'm proud, but I am." She didn't cry, not then. They spoke for an hour. As she left, he pressed a photograph into her hand, one of her at 3 in his arms. "I always believed you'd make it out." Outside, Raina sat in the car, photo in her lap, and wept for all the years they never had. Success brought distance. Alec had started touring with a band. Calls became texts. Texts became silence. One night, scrolling Instagram, she saw it. Alec on stage with a girl. Blonde, electric, wrapped in his arms. The caption read, "2 hearts, 1 song." Raina shut her laptop. She didn't write for days, weeks, until her editor called. "You're late on your 2nd manuscript." "I think I lost the thread," she whispered. But that night she found Alec's old guitar under her bed and began to strum the pain into lyrics. 6 months later, at her first solo book signing, a familiar voice called her name. Alec stood in the back, unshaven, eyes stormy. "Can we talk?" he asked after the crowd thinned. "I read the caption," she said. He shook his head. "That was a label stunt. She was never you." Silence stretched. "I didn't fight hard enough," he said. "I thought you didn't need me anymore." She looked away. "I needed me. I had to find her." A beat. "Did you?" She met his gaze. I think I did. Another envelope, this time from Oxford. Ms. Blake, we would be honored to host you as our featured guest speaker at this year's Creative Futures Conference. She laughed, full, unrestrained. Her mother didn't say much but left a note on the kitchen table. Dreams aren't safe, but you proved they're worth it. The auditorium was packed. Raina stood at the podium, her book in one hand, the other clenched to steady her nerves. She spoke about rejection, about losing and rebuilding, and about love. Real love. Not the kind that saves you, but the kind that sees you when you've already saved